Hi, Leathur Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. As I step carefully with my computer, I want you to take a look at the makeup I'm wearing. And if you want to see how I did it, stay tuned. I'm using a whole lot of palettes this time, but this is all about the red, white, and blue, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Just before I put the foundation on, I put a couple of drops of this face oil. This is from The Ordinary. It's 100% organic cold-pressed borage seed oil. I did this partly because my face is still irritated from overuse of a facial scrub slash drying clay product. So I applied this on top of sunscreen, of course. Then I did my eyebrow color, which is a combination of these two colors from the Color Festival palette. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep on some lipstick, and this is a delightful red from Wet n Wild, and it's called Cherry Frost. I really like to start with a lipstick because at least that way I feel like I'm still kind of put together even while I'm beginning my makeup. And also, if it comes in handy if the doorbell rings and it happens to be the mailman or something, you know. Don't like to look not done up when I'm getting ready. I am going to use a whole bunch of palettes to get this look. And I'm going to make it up as we go along. I really want to do a red, white, and blue like I've never done before. I want to change. I want some variety. And I don't want to be limited to just one palette. First thing I'm going to play with is by Kamadu. It is their red palette. It's, I'm sure, a takeoff on the Huda Beauty, but they're not the same shades by a long shot. And I'm going to use their palest color in the shade. It's a matte color, but if you're real pale like me, do not think that it is a substitute for white. This is not. I'm using a Vivace brush. And, oh, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an additional coating on my eyelids so that they really take the eyeshadows I'm about to do. I am going to prep my eyelids with a Ben Nye cream color palette, or cream color compact, rather, cream makeup in the color white. Oh, and look who's here! My tabby boy! Oh, look who's here, my baby! Look! See, tabby boy saw that the door is not barricaded. He thought, here's my chance to escape. Here's my chance to not be in that video. And I got him anyway. Because this is my tabby boy. And you know what? He's the star of the show. Look at that face. Why isn't some cat food company contacting me saying, your cat is so beautiful, we want him in our latest ad campaign? Look at that face. The world needs to discover Tabby Boy. Right? Doesn't the world need to discover Tabby Boy? Look at that face. Isn't he beautiful? That's my Tabby Boy. Look at my Tabby Boy. Oh, look at my Tabby Boy. Okay, I'm putting you down. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tabby Boy. He wants to go. So I'm going to use some hand sanitizer. I keep it right next to my work area now. When you're living with cats, it's a really good idea. And this stuff smells like lavender. I'm going to stick my now sterilized finger into this Ben Nye and I'm going to pat on the surface of my eyelid. And I'm going to go ahead and look in the mirror here so that I can see what I'm doing. Patting, not tugging, since this is a very delicate area. And not touching the eyebrow so that you don't miss any makeup. I can't leave the eyebrows until after. I really think it's important to have your eyebrows and the way they frame the area around your eyes, and they give so much necessary definition to the face. And if you're unlucky enough to have them very pale, and so you have to accentuate them, it can be a real struggle not smearing that makeup. Unless you're fortunate enough to be able to go and get your eyebrows dyed. That's something I really miss doing. But I'm telling you, getting that contact dermatitis from the dye that I was using, I'm so afraid of chancing that again. If you're interested, there's a video about the whole subject. You have to be so careful with the kind of dyes that you're using around your face. Now that I have some white on, I'm going to use this Vivace brush, and I'm going to use this color here from this Kamadu palette, tip off the excess. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, first of all, make sure that there's no more eyebrow color smudge. I'm going to go around the crease area, but I'm going to leave some bare skin very close to the brow bone. I'm going to, again, go upper crease area with this. Repeat. Upper crease area. Upper crease area. Then I'm going to find a color that's whiter than that. Look who's here! Oh, Cassie. Cassie tried to go out the door and saw the Tabby boy was there, and then I think they changed their mind. Oh, what you complaining about? What you complaining about, Cassie? Oh, yeah, we know. Look, I can't have you running down the hall, going in front of his room and crying. I'm not having it. I can't have crazy. Understand me? Don't do the crazy. Not now. Now's not a good time, Tabby boy. Okay? Don't be crazy. Nobody has time for that. I don't have time for this. Oh, boy. So, I told you I needed a white. Even though I would have preferred a matte, what I'm going to do for a matte, for a white, is from the Perfect 10 palette by the Nicka K Cosmetics Company. They have a white here. I'm going to use a Wet n Wild brush, and I love how I can get right fine like this, and I can go right up against the boundary where my eyebrow is. And I'm going to look into a mirror to do this and do it just perfectly. And this will make up for the color that I use near my crease being really not quite pale enough for my skin. This will make sure that I have this color, this area kind of blocked off so that the darker, brighter colors that I end up putting on later hopefully don't get too close to the brow. We'll see. And I'm going to go again on the other side. Try to get them symmetrical. Now, let's play with some crease colors. I think it's really important when you're doing some detailed work and you're going to be doing some blending. You want to do a finer brush, not one of those big fluffy blending brushes. So I'm using a B&H Cosmetics Studio Pro. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not a Studio Pro, but anyway, it's one of these brushes that you can really do some detailed work. You can also use it as an eyeliner brush, but we're going to do some detailed crease work. And this is the Strawberry Shake palette by ColourPop. I have to be really careful and not tilt it because these colors are notorious for coming out of the palettes. And so you just can't, you have to be really careful with them. I'm going to go into the brightest color in this. It's a matte color and it's called Take a Sip. And I think I hear the sound of a growling cat. Maybe we'll investigate after I do this. I don't trust this compact. I don't trust this mirror. I don't trust that mirror either. So I'm going to look directly here and I'm going to very carefully trace this. And I'm going to repeat on the other side. I'm starting from about the middle of the eye to the outer. I'm tracing. I got to do this again. Okay, you see that line that I just made? I'm going to blend that. First of all, I want to see what the cats are doing, don't you? Come on, let's see where Dad is. He's being bad. He's trying to cause trouble. Let's see what Dad is doing. What you doing, Dad? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. What are you doing? Get out of here. He's bad. He's bad. I think he had Cassie cornered. Now, Tabby boy, where are you? Knock it off. Oh, this cat. Alright. Let's go back into my room. Let's do this. I think I'm going to have to do something with those shoes. I'm really getting kind of tired of rubbing up against them. Okay. I'm going to blend this just a little bit, but not too much, because I don't want to lose too much of the intensity of the color. But when you blend like this, it's important not to expand where the color is. Already I feel like I started to do this too much on this side. You want to try to keep it as narrow as possible. That's why a thin brush is so key. And if you use this brush to blend with, use the tiniest of circles. Tiny, 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 tiny circles. And hopefully they're fairly symmetrical. And put that brush away. Now, I'm going to go back into the Blue Moon palette. by ColourPop. And I'm gonna get my big bag of brushes here. I'm gonna still try for something that's a smaller brush. You can go ahead and use a brush like this. This is by Vivace, but be very careful not to get too thick of a line. And I am going to use I'm going to use this color here. It is a matte color. It's called Starry Eyed. And I'm just going to use the very edge of this brush. And I am going to go into the crease in the side, the inner crease. And repeat on the other eye. Just to give definition where the crease curves from here down here. I am going to go back into this red palette, Strawberry Shake, after I put my brush away. And pick another brush, another clean brush for this. And I am going to go ahead and, no, I'm going to use an Avon brush that has an eyeliner tip on one and the fluffier brush on another. Got to be real careful with these fluffier brushes though. And I am going to go for this neutral color here. It is called Rokk, W-O-K-E. Something I'm proud to say I am not. And very carefully tip just the edge. And I'm going to go over the red a little bit. And tap my hand on here. Then I'm going to touch this to here. Then I'm again going to go over the red a little bit. Sweep, sweep. Tap it into this color again. Go over the red a little bit. Sweep, sweep. Tap my hand. Go onto this. Go over the red a little bit. Sweep, sweep. Clean up. Check for symmetry. Okay, now we have a problem. This cat, I don't know what his problem is. He's crying. He's in the kitchen this time. He's crying. I don't know why. Why Tabby Boy is crying. I don't know if he's having a little bit of Dementia Joe sickness or something. What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? Hey, now come on. Now you're twisting yourself around, and this is ridiculous. Come on now, Tabby Boy. Come on now. Oh, would you stop this? Come on, chill out. Hey, calm down now. What's the matter? Hey, what's the matter, Tabby Boy? Come on. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. You know, this is 4:03 in the morning, okay? Most of the rest of the eastern seaboard is having a big old nor'easter. A lot of people are having a big snow thing. We just had rain. We get cheated out of a nice snowstorm, you know. I heard in Boston they're having 2 feet of snow. Or they're gonna when this is all over, said and done. Tabby, well, you gonna be okay? Can I keep on my video now? Thank you. Gosh. And you know what? Here, I'll close this door. I don't know what I'm going to do with these cats. I know what I'm going to do with this video, though. I got more makeup to put on. And I'm going to get another thinner brush. I'm going to... What am I going to use? You really want to use thin brushes so that you don't go too overboard and spread things out. I'm going to go back into the Strawberry Shake palette with a Vivace brush. And Tabby Boy, no, stop it. Tabby boy, knock it off. Cat's trying to... Now, I am going to go into this deeper color here. It's called Daiquiri. And I'm going to get the flat side of this. And I'm going to go back over that area here. And on the other side. And I'm going to do it again. Even though I'm not finished with the eyeshadow, I would like to add some eyeliner. And this is a nice bright blue from the Sephora collection. And it's called Pool Blue. Gotta shake these up. Oh. Paid $9 for this on sale. And it's supposed to be waterproof. And I think it is pretty waterproof. I don't think I've acid tested this before. You know, during a pandemic, your choices to go out are kind of limited. I like how the brush has a very fine point on it. I don't know how I accidentally turned that off. Tabby boy, I see you. Tabby boy is laying on the floor in front of the door. But if I let him back out, he's gonna go roaming the halls, crying, acting crazy. We do have neighbors next door. This makeup, I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't look like too much like any other patriotic makeup I did. Actually, well, not only because obviously I don't want to repeat a look, but this is a makeup that I'm doing to make a video for Rush Limbaugh. He has, if you don't know anything about him, he is a talk show host, and he got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer last year. So he is soliciting people to write remembrances for him, and if they want to post pictures or if they want to post video, they can do so. And it's something I've been putting off, and you know, you really shouldn't put off things like this. So I'm getting ready to do that. And since I obviously need to be dressed and made up to do it, I figured why not do a makeup tutorial of the look that I'm doing. So that's the reason why I'm doing this, even though this isn't often the time of the year that people think of patriotic makeup looks. And this also gives me something to post on my posting day, since I haven't had time to do the editing of the footage that I really wanted to post. I've actually really been trying to focus. Well, there's housework, of course, and there's day job work. And it never seems like there's enough hours in the day. I'm sure that's true for everybody. And of course, having darling cats and cleaning up after their messes. Not that I'm complaining. I wouldn't want to live without them. But the cats do make messes, and if you have cats, you know I'm telling the truth. Almost set the palette on top of the computer, and that's never a good idea because magnets and laptops do not mix. Okay, I gotta find a mascara now. I got some mascaras. I got 3 mascaras, actually. No, got 2. I got the black mascara, and I also got a red one. I wish I had a blue one. I have a teal one, but I haven't opened that yet. And I don't want to have too many mascaras open. I already have so many open. I'm going to apply this red mascara to the inner part of my eye. My hope is that that will be seen underneath the blue eyeshadow. And I hear a tabby boy scratching around papers, and if I think he's about to do something bad, I will turn my camera off and I will chase after a tabby boy. Tushy, hello? Is that a tabby boy? I see you. Do I have to get up there? This mascara is by a company, it says WX/Dragon. And here, it says Color Mascara. And where are you going? Hey, tabby boy. And you can see the wand. It's supposed to be waterproof. I have not given it the acid test, but it doesn't seem to run. This mascara is better than the ColourPop BFF mascara. Just so you know, I had a red ColourPop mascara, and this is a Chinese mascara that I bought on Wish.com. It ended up being $3 or $4. Just get the focus on the lashes on, say, the first half an inch. That's all you need. This is an accent color. Try not to smudge it, but that may be easier said than done. Then take your black mascara, if you can find it, which I can't. Hold on. Got my mascara. This is the Yankina 1 second volume mascara. They say it's waterproof. I think it is. I believe it's a washable waterproof. Tabby boy, I see you. And I'm going to start on the outer corners with this. And if you dig around in there, tabby boy. Oh, he's so bad. My cat is so bad. Tabby boy. I'm going to show everybody what you're doing. Do you hear the rustling around? I can see that I smudged a little bit of the red mascara. Well, at least that's a toy. See, if they're playing with toys, you can't very well yell at them. good. The cat found a ball that has some kind of noisemaker in it. So it's funny how cats will ignore toys for months, and all of a sudden they'll see one on the floor and they'll rediscover it. And hey, if it gets them exercise, unless of course it's 4 in the morning and people are trying to sleep. But I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. This mascara really does, if you get a little heavy on it, it really does give a lot of volume. I would definitely like to buy this again. The only thing is that they have to check to test on animals when you buy makeup that's made in China. That's the only thing. And really, how can we in America make China change their policy? I mean, you can sign all the petitions you want, and believe me, I do, especially when it comes to anything involving animal rights. I'm all up on those petitions, but they don't always work, especially internationally. You know, anything about eating dogs and cats, I sign those petitions, and I've donated money to causes to stop that stuff, but not PETA. I do not support PETA financially. Not when they kill so many thousands and thousands of perfectly healthy and adoptable cats and dogs every year. That is so unnecessary. You know, PETA, it's good for signing and sharing their petitions to stop universities and corporations from testing on dogs and cats, or the government, or the military. You know, as much as I am pro-military, there is no need to use animals to torture and harm. No need. I am going to hit the lower lashes with some of this red, but then I'm going to have to clean up that smudge that I did down here. This, I noticed this brush though does not come off as well on the lower lashes. At least not this. This trick doesn't seem to come on my lashes at all, actually. So I would suppose that if you had another brush that you didn't mind sticking into this mascara, that would be another way for doing the application. I'm really upset with something. I thought that I would use my second, I have this cat mascara, and it was still in the box and everything, and I decided that I would try to use it today, and I'm twisting the thing to open it up, and here the brush broke off inside the whole thing. And so I'm looking for the old one that I have, just so that I can wash off the brush and use that again in that. But I still have to dig out the broken brush with a pair of tweezers. I'm sure that'll work. Tabby boy, knock that off. Oh, Tabby boy, get off of there. Get off of there. I'll beat your ass. I will not beat my cat's ass. I just say I will, because it sounds like a bad thing to say to a kitty. That's right. Oh, meow. Yeah, go meow yourself and your mama, too. And obviously, she didn't use birth control, so, yeah. We fix our kitties. Mm. Oh, Cassie is totally asleep on my stand-up desk. The more I try to clean things and there's these empty surfaces, and the cats just think that they can get on whatever. I would like to neaten up my eyeliner, so I am going to do that. It's so hard to apply mascara without it smudging. I also want to extend. I really like to do that little point. Now I'm going to clean up the spot here. There. Great to use Q-tips for that, but I'm still going to add a wee little bit of foundation, cover that. And by wee little bit, I mean wee little bit. Last thing I want to do is smear the makeup I already have going on. Not that we're done. Really not done. This is one day that maybe I wish I'm also using concealer. But the thing is, I thought I was rather heavy-handed on my foundation application, especially in this area here. And this is not a serum foundation, this is a coverage foundation. So, a serum foundation would be sheer. And I really wanted to make sure that I had some coverage. I think I'm going to add a wee little bit more around the nose area since I have sinus issues. I didn't have to take a red pill today, but whenever you're wiping your nose, you're always going to have some foundation wear. And I hate when I forget about that and I see the red lines here. It would be easy to just skip foundation altogether, but I still have some scabs from that irritation that I did. I left on my face too long one of those mud masks, and it was a mud mask that also has cleansing grains on it that you can use as a scrub afterwards, and I left it on longer than the 10 minutes, and I actually rubbed my face raw. I had spots that were bleeding, and so I didn't wear any foundation at all for the first 3 days, because when you're wearing foundation, then it becomes harder to take it off, and you end up breaking scabs open and making yourself bleed. So until scabs completely heal, it's better not to wear foundation. This is actually my second day wearing foundation since I did that to myself. Now I am going to find a cheek color, and for that I'm going to use the Too Faced Christmas Star palette, the one that I already dropped too many times and lost the bronzer to. I will use one of the Vivace brushes, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the highlighter, and for that I'm going to use the color called Lit Up, which is, if you're very pale skin like me, this highlighter is not going to be light enough. And as you can see, I'm loading up a blush brush with it, and blush brushes are normally way too big for a highlighter, but I'm going to go up here, and I'm being rather heavy-handed with it. I want to use this palette up. I really don't like it all that much, but I want to use it up to use it up. It wasn't cheap, and it's mostly neutrals, and I don't know why I wasn't thinking more clearly when I bought it. I'm going to go ahead and use another part of the brush, the same brush. I don't normally do that. I am going to hit this color called Up to Snow Good. And I'm going to use a corner of this brush, and I'm going to sweep it sideways. And I'm going to hold the brush like this, and I'm going to just the upper half. Don't want to go too low. A lot of people make the mistake of going too low. Your cheek. Keep it up high. I think I want a little bit more. At least make them match. You know what? This lipstick feels like it's drying out already. I'm going to put some more on. It feels good to put this lipstick on my lips. Since the advent of all this mask wearing, I've been so used to wearing those liquid lipsticks that they dry on the skin. And it's really nice to wear a moist lip color. I think I want to neaten up the eyelid area. I could use a shimmer, or I could use a matte. I don't want to go too shiny. I want to make sure this makeup is not too close to any other makeup that I did. And plus, for the nature of the video that I'm going to do after I do this. See, I was going to use this color here. There's a white looking color in this blue moon palette. But the only thing is that when I'm swatching it on my hand, it's so intensely blue as opposed to the white. And I don't want to veer off of that. I want to keep the matte looking. And I can't find my matte white eyeshadow, but I'm going to look. Hold on a second. I could not find the white that I was looking for, but I've used this from Too Faced from the Razzle Dazzle Berry eyeshadow palette. Another palette that I liked more on the color monitor than I did when I actually got it, because it's so neutral heavy and these colors aren't quite as bright as I'd hoped. But there is a very pale, slightly shimmery, but not overtly so, shade at the very end. And I'm going to load up the B&H Cosmetics brush. Nice flat brush. And I'm going to very carefully put it just on my eyelid. I'm going to be very careful not to smudge up against my crease color. And I want to try my best not to mute out my eyeliner. This is why eyeliner is usually the very last thing put on, or before mascara. But didn't do it this time. I like how there is a shimmer on this, but it's very subtle. And as much as I love things like glitter and sequins, the subtle's nice on this. There. What do you think of this makeup? I want to give you a closer look. I keep on turning the light off of this. There. Let's get up closer to my back wall. And I will... Oh, I have to be very careful taking my hair out. So you know what? I'm not going to take my hair down. So this is how I got a red, white, and blue look. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. I make 3 new videos a week. Ring that bell so it looks like it's ringing and you won't miss anything I post. I'd like to take you along with me on my adventures. Till then, take care. Bye.